Hello, this is a video on how to play the card game Big 2. Now, Big 2 is a card game that is quite popular in China or any East Asian country, so Japan, in that sort of area. The game is strictly a four-player game, right? And so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 players here. The objective of the game is simple. It's just to be the first player to get rid of all of your cards. And so what you'll need is a 52 card deck. So this is your standard 54 card deck with the jokers removed. Do note that all players are dealt 13 cards each, one card at a time. And so you'll have no leftover cards, right? So each player is dealt 13 cards, you will have no leftover cards. And so let's just talk about the card ranking, right? So cards are ranked in a somewhat peculiar manner here. They are ranked 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. From lowest to highest, it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, Jack, Queen, King, Ace, 2. And so it's your regular standard ranking. However, do note that the name of the game is Big 2. This is why the 2 is the highest ranking card. And so it's your regular ranking. It follows how cards are regularly ranked, with the exception of the 2 being the highest ranked card. Do note that suits also have an order from low to high. The lowest ranking suits from low to high, right, as follows: diamonds, clubs, hearts, and spades. So 2 is ranked highest in the game, and the 2 of spades is, well, then the highest card, right, because spades are the highest suit. Cards can be played as a single card, or in pairs, triples, or 5 card groups. And so you can play a single card, you could play 2 cards, you could play 3 cards, or you could play 5 cards. So let's just talk about what we've talked about so far. Card ranking is normal, with 2 being the highest. Other than that, everything follows the regular rankings. Obviously, ace being higher than king as well. Suits are ranked from with the highest being spades and the lowest being diamonds. So spades, hearts, clubs, and then diamonds. Diamonds being the lowest, spades being the highest, from highest to lowest. And so that would make the 2 the highest ranking card, with the 2 of spades being the single highest ranking card. Cards can be played as a 1 card, 2 card, 3 card, or 5 cards. The player who gets the 3 of diamonds starts the first turn. And so since I have the 3 of diamonds, I will start the first turn. Let's just talk about what happens here. And so the player can play the card as part of any valid combination of a single, pair, triple, or a 5 card group. The leading card group sets number cards which can only be played for that trick by other players. And so let's just talk about what that last sentence meant. The number of cards that the player leads with, that restricts the number of cards that other players can play. And so I played a singular card there. I played my singular 3 of diamonds. That means every other player also can only play 1 card. Notice how I said you could play 1, 2, 3, or 5 cards, but every other player only played 1 card. This is because I led with 1 card. If a player leads the suit with 3 cards, then every other player can only play 3 cards. If a player starts with 5 cards, then every other player can only play 5 cards. And so that is basically how it works. Do note that subsequent players can only play a card or a group of cards if it is ranked higher than the previously played combination. So if it's just successively higher in a round. And so subsequent players can only play a card or group of cards if it's ranked higher, meaning that, notice how I played the 3 of diamonds. That's the lowest ranking card, right? Because diamonds are the lowest suit, 3 being the lowest ranking card. Every other player must play a higher ranking card. So Rick here played a 5 of clubs. Jen played a 5 of hearts. While 5 is equal to 5, hearts are a higher ranking than clubs. Therefore, this is a higher ranking card. Sal decided to just increase the rank rather than increase the actual ranking of the suit. He increased the ranking of the number, but kept the ranking of the suit the same. So he played a 6 of hearts. The ranking is the same, right? They are both hearts, but this is a higher ranking card because it has a higher numerical value. So that's why. That's what I mean. Every card played after the previous card must be of a higher rank. Whether that's through suit or through number or through both, doesn't matter. Do note that the combinations and their ranking is as follows, right? And so single cards are ranked from 3 being the lowest and 2 being the highest. For 2 cards of equal rank, the higher suit wins. And so the suit is only used when 2 cards are of equal rank. And so do note that diamonds are the lowest ranking suit. However, a 5 of diamonds would still beat a 3 of spades. You only take into consideration the ranking of the suit when you have a tie. Card ranking, the numerical rank, is the strongest. I guess it's the first thing you look at before you look at the suit. And so do note that pairs are ranked from 3 being the lowest to 2 being the highest, right? For 2 pairs of equal rank, the pair containing the highest suit wins. And so the rank of a suit is the sum of the suit, right? And so 7 and 6, the rank of that suit would be, the rank of that pair would be 13. And so the pair with the higher rank numerical value wins. If 2 pairs have the same numerical value, the pair containing the highest suit wins. Triples are ranked from 3 to low, right? 3 to 2, sorry. Suits are not required for comparison because there's only one triple combination for a rank, right? And so we'll get into that. But basically, say I wanted to play basically you can't have 2 ranks, 2 triple combinations with the same numerical value. So if I play a triple of 7, 6, 8, that would add up to 21. And so Rick doesn't count. There's no other player who can play a set of cards adding up to 21. It's just not possible. Mathematically, it's not possible in this game. And so you do not have to worry. Do note that if you play a card group of 5, right? And so a group of 5 cards, there are multiple, right? And so there's what's called a straight. A straight is a sequence of 5 consecutive ranked cards in different suits. And so let's just take a break here, right? Remember, the objective is to get rid of all your cards by playing a higher ranked card than the previous player. And we're just talking about all the ways through which this can be done. So it's no new rules. We're just expanding on the fact that you have to get rid of all of your cards. And we are talking about the many ways in which this is possible. And so do note that a 5-card group is ranked through a variety of ways. So you have a straight. A straight is a sequence of 5 consecutive ranked cards in different suits. So that would be, let's see if we can do this here. I think we can. So a straight, for example, would be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The suit doesn't matter. It's just 5 ranked cards, right? In different suits, right? And so we have, not all these cards are the same suit, and so this qualifies as a straight. And so let's play it. Let's play. Do note that since every player only played 1 card, I can only play 1 card, right? I do have to play a higher ranking card. And so that's a 6 of hearts. I will play a 6 of, I don't have a 6 of spades, I'll play a 7 of diamonds. And so you sort of saw how that worked. A flush is, and do note for any equal, I guess, card group, the higher suit of the top card wins. And so if you have 2 equal straights of an equal rank, the higher suit of the top card wins, right? And so if I had a straight that equaled 10 and another straight that equaled 10, even though that's not possible, but just hypothetically, the suit with the straight with the highest suit being spades, would beat the straight with its highest card suit being diamonds, right? Just like that. Do note that a flush is 5 cards in the same suit. A flush with a higher suit wins over a lower suit. With 2 flushes of the same suit, the one with the higher ranked top card wins. And so, in a flush, you're not concerned about the rank of the flush, you're just concerned about the suit, right? Flush, because the flush is 5 cards in the same suit. And so here, a flush would be, if we had one more clover, then that would be a flush. A full house is 3 cards of one rank and 2 of another rank. A full house with a higher triple wins over a lower triple. And so a full house would be, it's kind of hard to do here. Let's say I had 3 aces. I can't really do the exact example, but 3 aces and 2 queens, yeah. So if I had one more ace here, that would be considered a full house. Do note that the player with the higher ranking triple, right? So in this case, the aces would be the triple. The triple being the set of 3 cards in the full house, has the higher ranking full house. The 4 of a kind is 4 cards of one rank, and any 5th cards. A higher ranked group of 4 wins over a lower ranked group of 4. The straight flush is a sequence of 5 consecutive ranked cards in the same suit. A higher ranked straight flush wins over a lower ranked straight flush. If they're equally ranked, the higher suit wins. And so that would be, a straight flush would be, if we had, let's say, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of spades, all of the same suit. Do note that full house, I guess, don't worry too much about the specific tiebreaker scenarios. Just note that from lowest to highest in the 5 card groups, it's straight, flush, full house, 4 of a kind, straight flush. Straight being 5 consecutive ranked cards in different suits. It's the lowest out of the group of 5. Flush is 5 cards in the same suit of any rank. A full house is 3 cards of one rank and 2 of another rank. 4 of a kind is 4 cards of one rank and any 5th card. And a straight flush is a sequence of 5 consecutive cards in the same suit. It's the highest ranking group of 5. Do note that card groups can only be beaten by a better combination of the same number of cards. For any other card group other than the 5. So in the 5 card group, you can beat a 5 card group with a higher ranking 5 card group, but for singles, pairs, and triples, you must beat them with a higher ranking single, pair, or triple. Players can pass the turn if they don't have a combination to play, or if they plan to use the card in a later combination. So even if you can play, you don't have to play. Players go clockwise to play cards. Once all players have either discarded the cards or passed their turn for a trick, that trick is over and discarded cards are set aside. Trick is won by the player who is the last to discard cards, meaning the player who played the highest combination. The winner of a trick starts the next trick. So let's just go through this a bit. And so I recommend looking at a guide for all the rankings. But basically, do note that players simply, alright, so let's just simply play clockwise, right? We'll talk about how you end the trick. Do note that since everybody is playing a single card, I also have to play a singular card. And so what we'll do is we'll play, let's say 10 of spades. I could play a jack of clubs. That's a 2. The only way you can beat a 2 is with another 2 of a higher ranking suit. We don't have that, and so we'll have to pass. Jen also passed. Sal also passed. Once again, I cannot play and I'll pass. And so Rick will win the trick. And now you see what's happening, right? And so basically, players go clockwise to play cards. Once all players have either passed a turn for their trick, then the trick is over and the discarded cards are set aside. The trick is won by a player who played the highest combination, or the aka the last player to discard cards in the middle pile. The winner of a trick starts the next trick. So since Rick was the last player to play, he played the 2 of spades. That's the highest ranking card in the game. And so nobody could beat that, right? And so Rick was the last to play because he had the highest combination. He then won that trick, starting the next trick. Do note that Rick is now playing pairs, and so now we also have to play pairs. Note that I don't have any pair other than my, I guess my 2 queens. And so what I'll do is I will play my 2 queens, unfortunately. Now Rick played his 2 kings. Jen played 2 twos. Nobody can beat that. All have to pass as well. Rick passed. So Jen won the trick. Jen starts the next trick. And so I can't beat this, and so I'm going to pass. And so the main objective is to get rid of all your cards by playing a higher ranking card than the previous card. The winner of the trick is the player who last played cards before everybody else passed. And so let's just keep doing this so you can sort of see what's happening. A 10 of clubs is played. The only way I can beat that is with a 10 of hearts or spades or with a higher ranking card. I do have a king, which would beat it. So that's what we'll play. Rick passes. Jen passes. Sal passes. So therefore I get to start the next trick. What I'll do is I'll play my 5. So note that a jack was just played here, and so what I'll have to do is I'll have to play an ace. I'll play my ace of clubs. Jen passes. Sal passes. And so we are just going to keep playing like so. And so let's just talk about what happened there. A round is over, and so what's the objective of Big 2? The objective of Big 2 is to get rid of all your cards by playing a higher ranking card than the previous group or the previous card played, right? It's just that simple. The winner of the trick is the last player to play before every other player has to pass, right? And so once every other player passes once, the player who played the last card wins the trick. Do know if that a round is over as soon as the player discards their last card, while also winning the trick. And so I mean the only way you could discard your last card is if you have a higher ranking card. And so basically the round is over as soon as a player discards their last card. Players get penalty points at the end of each round, depending on upon how many cards they have in their hand. And so just for basic scoring, if you have 9 or fewer cards, you get 1 penalty point per each card. If you have between 10 to 12 cards, you get 2 penalty points per card. And if you have all 13 cards left, you get 3 penalty points per card for a total of 39 points. And so in that round, I had 4 cards left in my hand. Sal had 6 and Jen had 2. So we all received that amount of penalty points, right? You don't want penalty points. You want to keep your score as low as possible. And so what's the objective of Big 2? Let's just sum it up one more time. Get rid of all of your cards by playing a higher ranking card / combination than the previous card / combination. The round ends once the winner of a trick is the player who last played before every other player had to pass. And the round ends once a player discards once a singular player has gotten rid of all of their cards. The game is played for 5 rounds, and the player having the lowest penalty points after the last round wins the game. So that's literally it. Just get rid of all your cards. Do note about how which player wins the trick, right? It's the player who last played before every other player had to pass. Get rid of all your cards. The round ends once a singular player has gotten rid of all their cards. The player with the lowest score at the end of 5 rounds wins. So what we'll do is we'll play a pair. Oh, he played 3. This is unfortunate. I do not believe I have a set of 3 here. I have a 6. I have a 6. Nope. I have an ace. Nope. 4. Nope. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. Now it's my turn to play. I'll play my lowest ranking 4 here. Just to use it because it's hurting me a lot not being able to use it. That's a 6. Can we beat that? We can beat that with an 8. Play my ace. Jen played her ace. That's an ace of spades. The only way you can beat that is with a 2. So I will have to pass. Do note that you can only play the number of cards that were that the trick was led with. And so if the person leading the trick led with 4 cards, then you can only play 4 cards. I mean, in this case, you can't even lead with 4 cards. It's 1, 2, 3, or 5. And so let's say they led with 2 cards. They led with a pair. Then I would also have to lead with a pair. And so she played 2. I have to pass. I don't have a higher ranking singular card. And so now Jen is playing a full house. That's 3 cards of one rank and 2 cards of another. Do note, and so this is important, this is what I was talking about. So far we know that you just want to get rid of all your cards. You have to play the same number of cards that the player before you played. The round ends once one player gets rid of all their cards. The winner of the trick is the last player who played a card before every other player passed. The player with the least amount of points at the end of 5 rounds wins. But let's talk about the 5 cards, right? And so what we just saw played was a full house. 3 cards of one rank and 2 of another rank. In 5 card groups, you can beat a 5 card group by playing a higher ranking group. And so Jen played a full house, but Sal played a 4 of a kind. And so I could either play a 4 of a kind of a higher quadruple, and so I'd have to have 4 kings, 4 queens, kings, aces, or 2s, right? Because they are higher than jacks. Or I could play straight flush, a sequence of 5 consecutive ranked cards in the same suit. Note that I do not have that, and so I must pass my turn. I did have a full house, didn't I? But couldn't play it. I guess we'll play that. So I won that, and so I'll play my pair again. What I'll do is I'll play my double queens. And so just in general, the rules about scoring, I guess, right? You know how it's you score 2 penalty points per card if you have between 10 or 12 cards. That's rarely the case. And so just as a general rule of thumb and to keep scoring simple, for every card you have, you score 1 penalty point. And so now I will discard my last card. The round ends. I get 0 penalty points, and now I'm currently in the lead because I have the lowest number of penalty points. So you'll sort of just see how to play. We'll try to get through these next few rounds a bit faster, just so you can sort of see how to play here. Played a 3 of a kind. You cannot beat that, so you have to pass there. That's a straight. That's a full house. Are you kidding me? This is quite funny. It's a group of 5 there. The only way we could beat that Full house is by playing a higher ranking full house. Do we have one of higher rank? 888 9 9. Nope. Do we have a 4 of a kind? Nope. Do we have a straight flush? Nope. I'll have to pass. So that's 2 kings, a pair. I can't beat that. I have to pass. Singular 3. I will beat that with a singular 4. Jack of spades. Cannot play this because it's just not the right rank. So I'll play just a regular queen of diamonds. If you're playing a higher ranking card, you also want to play a higher ranking card in the lowest suit, right? And so that's an ace of clubs. We can beat that with an ace of spades. I can't beat that, and so I'll have to pass. I'll have to pass. Remember, you can pass even if you can beat it, right? If you just want to save the card for something else. So I'll have to pass again. The only way we can beat that is with a... We'll play our 10 here, just so we can save our pair. And there we were forced to pass. Okay, I have to be strategic here. Let's think about something now. If I play this 8 here, it is possible that Rick has a higher ranking card, right? And he could play that, he'd win. If he doesn't, well, then he'd have to pass, and it doesn't matter. But if I play queen, it's a lower chance that he has a higher ranking card. Then I can play pairs knowing that Rick only has a singular card, and knowing that these two probably don't have a pair, right? What are the chances that your last 2 cards are a pair? That would allow me to bridge the gap. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to play... Right, just think about it. Let me explain what my logic there. If I play an 8 of clubs, it is higher ranking, but there's a chance that he might have a 10. He could play it, he'll win the round, and I'll have a bunch of penalty points. If I play a queen, I'll probably win this trick. I'll lead the next trick with a pair. Rick has a singular card. He cannot end the round. Jen and Sal, what are the chances that their last 2 cards are a pair? That's low probability. And so just by mathematics and probability, I do believe that this is the right move here. And he passed. Jen will pass. Sal will pass. Beautiful. Now we go. We play our 2 6s. Rick has to pass. He does not have a pair. Jen, see, I told you. What are the chances that they have pairs? And so I win that, right? And just look at that strategy. I turned the game around for myself there. And watch, I'll probably win the round here now because of that strategic. That was a very strategic move by me there. Sal had to pass, right? What are the chances that the last 2 cards remaining a player has are pairs? And so I use that to my advantage. I played a very high ranking card to guarantee that I would win that last trick. Therefore, allow me to play continual pairs because I know that these guys probably do not have pairs. So now they'll pass again. Pass again. And now I play this last card and I win the round. Every other player obtains penalty points. Now we're in the 4th round. Do note that we only have this round and the next round, and then the player with the lowest number of points wins. The player who wins the last round starts the next round. And so what we'll do is we'll start off with a quick low ranking pair here. Rick played quite a high ranking pair there, and so he'll pass. I'll also have to pass. I did not anticipate he would play such a high ranking pair. And now he played a flush. Not a straight flush in the same suit, but nonetheless a flush. Jen played a flush of a higher rank. Why? If you add up these values, it's just higher ranking, right? When you have 2 flushes, the higher ranking flush is the one in which the top card is higher ranking. 8 is higher ranking than 7, right? The top card here is 7. The top card in this flush is 8. So while they are both flushes, this is an overall higher ranking flush since its top card is ranked higher. Here, Sal played a, I believe, I'm quite confused as to what Sal played here. I do believe that it is a straight flush. And so, and sorry, those weren't flushes. Those were just straights, right? This was a straight and this was a straight. And now what Sal did is he played a flush. He played 5 cards in the same suit. We could beat that with a full house. That's 3 cards of one rank and then 3 cards of another. 2 cards of another. And so that's what we'll do. We'll play a full house here. 3 cards of one rank, 2 cards of another. That's a higher ranking group of 5 than what Sal has, and so we are able to play that. And now I won that trick. Now what I will do is I will play a 5 here. A singular card of 5 as a queen. I will then play my singular king. I think this will guarantee that I win the trick here. I will then beat that ace with a singular 2. Notice my strategic play. I'm keeping cards knowing that I'm able to win the next trick. And so Jen played the 2 of spades. You can't beat that, and so I do have to pass here. That's a pair. I can't beat that pair, and so I'll have to pass. Now it looks like Jen might win this game here. Singular 6. I'll play my singular 8. I have to pass. Oh, Rick has played quite a high ranking card there. I do have to pass again. And so it's up to, if Rick plays, oh no. Jen got rid of all her cards, and so I obtained 2 penalty points there for my 2 remaining cards. And so look, right, you can understand how to play, and we'll sum it up at the end one more time. That's a triple that was played. I must play a triple if I have one. Let's see, I do have a triple of 4, 4, 4. That actually is a 4 of a kind. And so unfortunately we could have played that. And so that's what we'll do. We'll play our triple of 6, 6, and 6. Yeah, 6, 6, 6. And Sal is also passing. And now we can play 4 of a kind. 4 cards of 1 rank and any 5th card. So we'll play our 4, 4, 4, 4. Any 5th card. I'm going to go with my lowest ranking 5 here. It's a 4 of a kind right there. And it's very unlikely that any other player has a higher ranking group of 5. You always want to play as many cards as you can, right? It depends strategically, but most of the time you do. So we'll play our singular 7 here. If they keep this low, that's good, better for me. So he played an 8. I'll play my king. He played a 9, sorry. I'll play my king. Sal played a 2. I have to pass. I cannot beat that. Once again, I have to pass. You cannot beat the 2 of spades, right? It being the highest ranking card. Sal starts off with 2 10s. I'll play 2 aces. If I win this trick, and I feel like my 2 aces are quite high ranking, and so I will, right? The only way you can beat this is with 2 2s. And so therefore, I won, and now I will play this singular card. And I won. After 5 rounds, I only had 6 penalty points, and the rest of them had quite more. I had quite a few more, sorry. And so, since I had the lowest amount of penalty points, I won the game. So let's sum up how to play Big 2. Get rid of all your cards by playing a higher ranking card than the previously played card. And so what you have to do is you have to, my apologies, a bit of an interruption there, but essentially do note that the objective is to get rid of all your cards by playing a higher ranking card than the previously ranked card. 2s are the highest ranked. Suits are ranked: diamonds, clubs, hearts, spades. The player who gets the 3 of diamonds starts the first turn of the first round. Other than that, the rest of them, it's just the winner of the previous round starts the next round. Do note that about the, I guess, 5 card groups, but that's pretty rare. It's just your you have your singles, pairs, triples, and then your 5 card groups. You have your straight. That's 5 consecutive ranked cards in different suits. You have your flush, 5 cards in the same suit. Full house, 3 cards of 1 rank and 2 cards of another rank. Then a 4 of a kind, 4 cards of 1 rank and any 5th card. And the highest ranking is the straight flush. It's a sequence of 5 consecutive ranked cards in the same suit. You have to pass the turn. And so a trick is won when all other players have passed their turn. The player who leads a trick who wins a trick leads the next trick. The round ends once a singular player has gotten rid of all their cards. All the other players each receive 1 penalty point for each card that they have. Well, I mean, the scoring is a bit more complicated, but to keep it simple, you receive. Okay, well, let's just talk about it. I said to keep it simple, but I might as well talk about it. If you have less than 9 cards, then you receive 1 penalty point for each card. If you have between 10 to 12 cards, you get 2 penalty points per card. If you have all 13 cards left at the end of a round, you have 3 penalty points. Do you know that the game is played for 5 rounds? And right, once again, the objective is just to get rid of all your cards. That's essential. I mean, that's the basic objective. So this was a somewhat longer video, but that wraps up how to play Big 2. Remember, like with all card games, you get better with practice. And this one's a fun one, so I strongly advise that you play it. And thanks for watching.